Hi there. Did you know that the tension in your body, it's bound up energy, it's potential energy that can be put to work for your self-healing? So in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to show you how it's possible to reprogram your nervous system so that it takes that energy that's bound up in tension in your system and uses it actually as fuel that will fuel your inspiration, motivate you to connect with your gifts and live your life's purpose on the planet. And it happens from the inside out. And I've created a cheat sheet, a guide, if you will. And what it does is it tells you where on this map you are and gives you some really interesting information about where you are on the map and how to, again, take that energy that's bound up in tension and use it as fuel, or whatever part of there are different parts of the journey, whatever part of the journey you're on, tell you how to move through that. So if that's of interest to you, raise your hand in the comments below and let me know that you're interested in that, and I can pass that along to you. You don't even have to give me your email address or anything. I'm Dr. Jay Eaker from the BioSoul Integration Center in Louisville, Colorado, and I've been helping people embody their soul's gifts and their soul's essence for the last 20 years here, seeing a few thousand people over the course of that time. And I do online work with people as well as hands-on work in my office here in Louisville, and everything that I'm saying here applies to either of those situations, the hands-on or the online work. Okay, so in the next 5 minutes, again, I'm just going to show you how it's possible to reprogram your nervous system to take the energy that's bound in your system and use it as a resource that will propel you towards giving your gifts and living your purpose on the planet. Sound good? Okay, so let's get into it here. So today we're really going to be talking about this part of the process right here. I talked in another video about this last time. Today we're going to be talking about this. This is really where the rubber meets the road as far as your healing goes. Just kind of notice transform. It can be called transform. It can be called embody. I like to call it embody because that's really what's happening here. So just a little bit of a recap. Last time we were talking about the last part of this stage of the process. We start to feel stuck. There are emotions that might come to the surface as a result of that. Frustration, anger. And those emotions are the leading edge of the energy that's going to give us the oomph to sort of reclaim our power. There are parts of ourselves that we've been pushing away, that we've been habitually invalidating, and the anger, the frustration that comes to the surface is the leading edge of the energy that gives us the oomph to sort of stand up for those parts instead of pushing them away. And what happens is we start to reclaim our power, okay? We start to take our power back. The next thing that happens is, as we do that, we're gonna sort of come face to face with all of the emotions of the parts of ourselves that we've been invalidating and pushing away. So anger, guilt, shame, sadness, a lot of things that people would call shadow, shadow material, shadow energy, our shadow, the parts of ourselves that we pushed away. And those parts were stored there out of a perceived need to survive. We got the feeling from our environment that it wasn't safe to feel those parts of ourselves way back when in the womb, when we were kids. And we created this program that said, oh, that's not safe to feel. And we'll start to feel those parts of ourselves. If we have enough capacity to stay present with those parts of ourselves, our system will see like, oh, I'm actually not going to die if I feel this. And that's kind of the pinnacle of shadow work. We're sort of including the shadow parts, integrating our shadow parts. And as soon as that happens, there's another level. We've been sort of letting go of tension here, and then this happens, and people might think, uh-oh, what happened? I'm going backwards. But no, this happens, and so we drop to a new, even lower baseline level of tension in our system, freeing up resources, functioning at a new level of efficiency that goes more along with our authentic self. And we start to, there's a discharge of all of the story, the way in which we're using all these resources to push parts of ourselves away. There's a discharge of all that energy, and we kind of end up exploring space, exploring emptiness, and what's happening is we hang out there, and eventually we will sort of fill that space with things that are, and ideas and thoughts and energy that's more in alignment with our authentic self. So that's the process of Embody. Again, I have a cheat sheet, a guide. If that's of interest to you, let me know in the comments below and I can pass that along to you. It'll tell you where on this process you are and give you some really useful information about this process. And you don't even have to give me your email address for that. So I look forward to helping you express more life, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye-bye.